reproaches of those who reproach you fell on me. So Christ also did not please himself. So likewise, if we follow Christ's examples, we have to please others, bear with them because they are weak, so that they can be encouraged and to be able to build up. We have to learn the examples from Christ, how he loved one another. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 1 to 2 tells us, therefore, be imitators of God as dear children. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 1 to 2. Therefore, be imitators of God as dear children, and walk in love, as Christ also has loved us and given himself for us, an offering and a sacrifice to God for a sweet-smelling aroma. What we ought to do, the example is to walk in love. What do you mean by walk in love? You have to find out what you mean by walk in love. As Christ has also loved us. Christ loved us that he is willing to die on the cross for us. Are you willing to die for those that you really love? That you're willing to go all out to reach them and bring them to Christ, so that they understand the message. If we really love somebody, we are willing to sacrifice ourselves. I have given examples before last time. If you happen to be out the road, you saw your loved one crossing the road, not knowing that there are cars coming, what will you do? If you love your loved ones, you are there enough to go and save your wife or your loved one, and forgetting yourself can be knocked down and die. Okay? So, walk in love as Christ has also loved us. We have to learn from Christ. Example how we can look out for one another in Philippians chapter 2, verse 4 to 5. Philippians chapter 2, verse 4 to 5. Let each of you look out not only for his own interests, but also for the interests of others. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. There's a reason for Father's Days, Mother's Days, because we respect what our parents have done to us, done for us, true or not? Because whatever our parents do is not for their own interest only. It's for their children. This is why parents even have even some very old, because the children are very young. After retirement, they still will go out and look for jobs to find money to bring them for educations. Okay. Likewise, as Christians, we have to not only for our own interests, but for the interest of others, take good care of others, and this mind in you. And we've got to be patient. We learn the examples from Christ in the 1 Peter chapter 2. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 20 to 23 tells us what? That we have to suffer patiently even when we are mistreated. The examples that we need to understand that at times that we can be mistreated, but do you have the patience to suffer patiently? 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 20 to 23. For what credit is it if when you are beaten for your fault, you take it patiently? But when you do good and suffer, if you take it patiently, this is commendable before God. For to this you were called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an examples that you should follow his steps, who committed no sin, nor was deceit found in his mouth, who when he was reviled did not revile in return, when he suffered he did not threaten, but committed himself to him who judges righteously. So this is, if you were to give examples in normal daily affairs, you know, when children become naughty, Christians believe that you have to use cane. I remember even my children, when they're naughty, we use cane. They will go and fight back, you know. Huh? Not because they are right, so they are suffer, not because they are right, but yet they think, beat them. You know, I remember there were a couple of them, hand. Take a hand around, give them because they do something wrong. Oh, not paid at all. No. Big also can suffer. But that is not for good. When you suffer because you do good, you cry. You know, because you have done something that people never appreciate. Continue to do that, then you will be commendable before God. Not when you are doing something wrong, but when you are doing something good, okay, not be appreciated. Suffer patiently. Learn this example. Who is your other persons that you can imitate? Could it be Paul that you want to imitate if you were to read the Bible as a Christian? Because Paul did encourage and urge many Christians to follow him, imitate him, just like just now, 1 Corinthians. So not only Christ, you can also imitate the apostles Paul. In 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 6. If you turn to 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 6, you can read this. Where Paul urged Corinthians to follow his example. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 6. Now these things, brethren, I have figuratively transferred to myself and Apollos for your sake, that you may learn in us not to think beyond what is written, that none of you may be puffed up on behalf of one another against the others. When we learn, when we still understand that we have to learn and we are not perfect, then we will not be puffed up. Okay? Imitates him. That's written in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1. Imitates Paul because he imitates Christ. Those are good examples to imitate. So if we were to imitate Paul, Paul support his own, even he doesn't want so much support from the rest, even though as a Christian he can live on support others, but he prefers to work on his own, and many others that we can also learn from his examples. Either to the Jews, or to the Greek, or to the Church of God. Just as I also please all men in all things, not seeking my own profit, but the profit of many, that they may be saved. It's difficult sometimes when you want people to be good. Indirectly, you can offend people. But if you follow Paul's example, you can understand that even though they are wrong, you must do it diplomatically, must be able to win them. Okay? Not seeking for your own profit, but because you want them to be saved, that you continue with patience to encourage them. Just like this morning, Brother Henry was sharing a sermon on where he was saying that this person who got stroke is only through encouragement that people can encourage him to walk again, stand up. But he said, I'm the one who got stroke. You teach me how to walk. Because the person actually put up his leg in front instead of standing the wrong position, he will not be able to stand at all. But the person who suffers stroke, in return say, I'm the one who stroked up you. No, even though you may have the good advice, but people may not listen to you. So you have to continue with patience and understanding. Then only you are able to win the person. In Philippians chapter 3, verse 17, just now we have read, John following my example and also not those who so walk as you have heard for a pattern. We must understand that everything within the Bible has certain patterns that we have followed. That's why we come to church every Sunday to worship God. That's the pattern that has been laid by for us to follow.